Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. Johnny Mac here, the gravy guy. This recipe is about as basic as it can get. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to make a basic white sauce, also known as a cream sauce, or in some areas, it's even called a gravy. It's a great building block for other sauces or dishes. Let me show you how to make it. There are 5 simple ingredients. Check out the description section below for a list of all of the ingredients used. It's also in the Sauce and Gravy channel cookbook, Sauces Made Simply. If you'd like to get a copy, I'll put links in the description and on the Sauce and Gravy channel website. Start off by rounding up 1½ tablespoons or 21 grams of unsalted butter, putting it into a saucepan over medium heat. Melt that butter down. Because this is a white sauce, you don't want to brown the butter, so just watch the heat, be careful, slowly melt it down, and once it's melted, you can move on to the next step. Add 1½ tablespoons or 12 grams of all-purpose flour. Whisk it in, make sure that it's well incorporated into that butter, and what you're making is called a roux. This combination is what's going to make your sauce thick. Stir frequently and be mindful of the heat. You don't want to burn it. It should be a wet sand type consistency. If it's too dry, you can always add more butter, and if it's too liquidy, you can always add more flour. After a few minutes, the roux should put off a warm nutty smell. At that point, you know you're ready to move on to the next step. Snag 1 cup or 250 milliliters of heavy cream. In some places they call it whipping cream or double cream. Hey, and even milk will work just as well with this. That's how you make a bechamel. And it's important to whisk whenever you're pouring in the liquid. Also add a cool liquid to a hot roux. It's going to be lump-free every single time. Occasionally, your whisk just doesn't get that roux totally up off the bottom of the pan, so it's a good idea to round up a spoon, scrape the sides and bottom of the pan to incorporate it up and into the sauce. One thing to consider when making a sauce is the thickness. This sauce is going to have a medium thickness. There's also thin and thick sauces. To make it easy on you, I'm going to put a list in the description section of all of the proportions needed, so the butter flour proportions per 1 cup in order to make a thin, medium, and thick sauce. But back to the basic cream sauce. Your burner should be over medium heat. Once that liquid and the roux are well combined, you can move on to the next step. Drop in a pinch of salt and a pinch of white pepper, roughly about 1/4 teaspoon each. And if you don't have white pepper, add black pepper. I won't tell anybody. At this point in the process, if you ever wanted to add any additional ingredients, now would be the time. So if you wanted to throw in some other herbs or spices, you could go for it to kick it up a notch. The goal here is to bring the sauce to a simmer. Once it starts to simmer, it'll activate that roux and thicken up the sauce. It all happens fairly quickly, so don't walk away. When the sauce becomes super thick and coats the back of the spoon, and whenever you do the line test and the line stays, you're good to go. You can turn off the heat at this point, and some people like to add cheese to their sauce. If you wanted to make a cheese sauce, now would be the time to add it off heat. And that's it. That's how you make a basic white sauce. Thank you so much for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. If you found this recipe helpful, be sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends. Do you like sauces and gravies? Well then hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the all notifications bell to stay tuned to the latest and greatest sauce making tips and techniques. Thanks again for watching. Remember, it's just you, me, and the sauces. Keep whisking, y'all.